So, did you like Johnny from Hotel Transylvania? I could assume not. So, what executive thought that it was a wise decision to just take that exact same character and just make him into a snake? But just because this show is the least bad out of all of them, that doesn't absolve this show from the many issues that it has. Because Ben 10 2017, even if you were to take out the fact that this show is connected to a beloved franchise, is an absolute mess. But it's kinda hard to do so with The Lion King 2019, because every single moment of this film's existence is trying to be the original movie, right down to the marketing, as well as reactions from moviegoers who went all like, wow, this movie reminds me of my childhood, or dude, Pride Rock. And so, because of the fact that this show is directly split into two eras, I'll be judging both eras separately, as part of the same show of course, but they both have their own flavor of problems. But that's literally what a super progressive movie feels like. Every single sequence feels like it's going out of its way to make the viewers angry, from the dialogue, to the characters, to even the tone of the film. But Marsupilami honestly shares the same purpose that U.S. Acres did for Garfield and Friends, and I Am Weasel did for Cow and Chicken. It works more as a side dish to the main show, rather than the main dish itself. But that's all that Shnookums and Meat is going to be known for. Every single element of this show either tries to be Ren and Stimpy, or some other cartoon that came out at the time of the show's release. The premise of this show being that an author has the ability to send otherworlders back to their reality is a great premise for a show, and for what it's worth, they do get a lot of mileage out of this premise. That's not how that works, movie! When you turn something off while it's either updating or in the process of factory resetting, that's just gonna do damage to the phone. Also, there's literally a factory reset button on the phone itself that Alex could use, but around the halfway point, it came to me on what the issue with this movie is. And that is the fact that this movie is the definition of style over substance. I just thought about making this a Sean's Yearly Reviews episode, primarily because I didn't want that 69th episode joke to go to waste. Brandy is supposed to be the show's Ren Hoek, however, it also weirdly misses the point of Ren Hoek. But sure, EB, frame your so-called friend as a murderer slash cannibal so that you could be a musician. But The Emperor's New Groove has a very swan song praise among it that gave this one some pretty high expectations. Catscratch is a very funny show. Waffle is literally this show's equivalent of Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Every single line of dialogue that comes out of his mouth is just so random that I can't get enough of it. It's blatant that all this movie is trying to be is a Disney movie that wasn't actually made by Disney themselves.